Hopefully there's not too much devil there.
No.
Councillor
It's still
Alf, actually this occasion does present the opportunity to just, aside from budget duties, acknowledge work thus far, and of course the unitary plan is massive work. And so I want to thank you for your leadership in that space and the continuing focus of councillors in support of getting that work through so that we complete by the end of this term.
Yeah, thank you.
Now I'm going to take Councillor Cal and then I'm going to break. It's a longish day and I'm looking for us to take a break for lunch at about 12:30, sort of quarter to 1. I want a 5 or 10 minute break. Just for a cuppa, get yourselves a cuppa and then we get back into it. I've got about another 4 or 5 speakers after that. All right, Councillor Cal.
Yeah, thank you, Your Worship, and I promise I won't go on too long. A lot of it's been said around the table by some of my other colleagues, but I just want to acknowledge yourself and your office, and in particular Teresa, on this, you know, for listening, and also it's not easy, as we know, but I think it's a really good compromise moving forward. I was one of the councillors around this table that was pushing for the 3.5 because I was under pressure from my local boards that you were being unrealistic and unfair to the people of Auckland, that you couldn't build the city on a 2.5% rate increase. Having come from a legacy council that used to sit around at fairly high rates, like a number of our councils around the region, but we delivered X, Y, Z back to our people. Yes, the inflation rate was different then to what it is today. That aside, it's surprising how those local boards do a quick UE and leave us with the can. But we move on from there. That aside, Mr Chair, I really want to follow on from Councillor Chris Fletcher. Having been around this table now for coming up 5 years, and for the last 4 years of that, I've been wailing on and I suppose bitching on really about our service levels and our parks and recreation sport and areas. And it's not just about throwing money at things, it's actually about accountability. Like Councillor Casey over there, we were pretty clear in the first term of the new council that the procurement policy was a fundamental key component of our tender and procurement stuff as we go across and awarding contracts. And I was concerned, like a number of us around this table were concerned, that, you know, that database wasn't there, which has left to us to a number of issues as we've gone over the last 3 or 4 years. But I also say, sadly, it's a reflection on bad service and no accountability. But I just want to acknowledge our CEO because the way forward today is partly with Stephen as well.
Absolutely.
And it's been, like Councillor Fletcher said, inspirational to have you there, Stephen. And he's rest assured me, and Councillor Fletcher, that he's going to find a way forward on our park stuff.
Have you? Good luck.
No pressure.
Moving on from there, I just want to talk about the transport. And Councillor Cashmore summed it up nicely. You know, from one that, like Councillor Webster, that come from the far, not quite as far as that place you call Orrery Point, mind you. But, you know, we've got major issues. And whether people say $2, how much of a burden that's going to be on the average household, but if you actually stop and think about it, what it actually costs you, whether you're on public transport, i.e. buses, out the south, we're not fortunate enough to have the busways like the North Shore. And that might be because of leadership in years gone by, Council Wood. But how long you actually sit in congestion on the motorways, on normal arterial routes, and what they actually cost the average household, whether you're young or elderly, it all costs us, and I'm sure a hell of a lot more than $2. So I welcome that, because it'll actually kickstart a number of key projects, whether you're in Howick, whether you're in Franklin, whether you're in Mangere, Rodney, or out west. It'll actually kickstart some of those projects and get this region moving. So I really welcome that. And I just want to touch on lastly around empowering our local boards. I think that's a great way forward. It puts the onus back on them as well. And they're at the coalface of the day-to-day delivery to their local communities. We just got to take the flak when it doesn't go right. So, good way forward, Mr. Mayor, and look forward to the next couple of weeks.
Okay. Thank you, Councillor Cowell. Okay, as indicated, I want to just adjourn for 5-10 minutes, quick cup of tea, pit stop, and then we have got 6 speakers after. So, kia ora.
Took about 20 minutes.